The malfunction was silent. One blink, and the air cracked. Another blink, and the horizon was gone. The machine did not ask, it did not warn. It hurled you into a different sky, a different breath. Now you stand on a shoreline where no human sound has ever landed. A coast wrapped in mist so dense it presses against your eyes like damp cloth. The first sensation is weight. Air is not empty here. It carries grains of salt, acid moisture, and the sting of something organic, something alive. The fog glows with a dim, diluted light. The sun is a buried coin, half lost behind shifting curtains of vapor. Every sound is amplified. The roll of the tide against jagged rocks, the distant scraping of claws on wet stone, the intermittent hiss of something breathing just outside your vision. You realize, too late, that this is not the silence of an untouched world. This coast is not empty, it is only concealed. Shapes stir at the edge of the mist. Low bodies moving close to the ground, segmented outlines that ripple like waves, jointed limbs that flex with mechanical precision. They move in clusters, never alone. When one halts, the others halt. When one turns, the others pivot in unison, as though guided by a pattern you cannot yet read. Their silhouettes are heavy, armored with plates that curve like shields. Long tails arc over their bodies, poised in motion even when still. They are not insects as you know them, nor crabs, nor lizards, but something older, harsher. Scorpions the length of your body, their shells glistening with condensation, their legs tapping wet stone like a metronome of hunger. The shore itself is treacherous. Stones shift under your feet, slick with algae that grows in sheets as wide as sails. Pools of water, trapped between rocks, boil with hidden life. Thin worms writhing in silence, translucent shrimp darting like sparks. Each step is a betrayal. The ground never holds long enough, always sliding, always warning. And above it all, the fog. It swallows scale, bending distance until you cannot tell whether a figure crouches 100 paces away or only 10. The predators thrive in this blindness. They wait for vibrations, for disturbances in rhythm. Their movements are precise not because of sight, but because the shoreline is their instrument. Every step you take is a note played on their hidden strings. You hear it now, a clicking echo from the mist. 1, 2, 3, then silence. It is answered a heartbeat later from another direction. 3 taps in return, muffled but distinct. The creatures are speaking to one another, stitching the fog with a code of impacts. Each strike a warning, a summons, or a claim. You are inside their language, uninvited. The tide surges, swallowing the stones at your feet. The water is warmer than expected, almost thick, carrying drifting mats of organic matter that brush against your ankles like soft hands. For a moment, the sensation convinces you that something is holding you still. You stagger back, but every movement is perilous. Slip, fall, splash, and the mist will not forgive such noise. A choice presses itself against you. Move forward and risk announcing your presence. Stay still and let the scorpions triangulate your breath. The machine is gone, the horizon erased. The only tools you have are your body, the loose stones beneath your feet, and the faint memory of rhythm. You strike a rock against the ground once, twice, 3 times. The sound resonates through the fog, absorbed by the coast. The predators pause. The shore exhales. And you realize this is not only survival. This is ritual. The triple beat is the only barrier between you and them, the only signal that you are not prey stumbling blindly. It is the opening line in a dialogue that might decide whether you live another step. The first triple strike still hums in the stones beneath you. The predators hold their places, half seen in the rolling mist, but you sense their tension. They are listening, waiting. You realize the shore itself is a drum, and each action you take reverberates farther than your sight can reach. To step here without method is to vanish. So you shape rules, as though reciting them can carve order into this alien coast. They are not promises, only bargains with the indifferent law of this place. Break them, and the shoreline will write your name in silence. Rule 1. Never move without the triple strike. The predators know chaos. They chase irregularity. If you step without warning, your footfall is a solitary note, a mistake in rhythm. To them, it is the cry of a wounded thing, a signal that flesh is exposed. 3 strikes with stone before you move, always 3, create the illusion of pattern. They hesitate at pattern. They mistake it for another of their kind. Imagine forgetting, imagine rushing. 1 slip, 1 bare step, and the silence afterward would be the last moment you feel alone. Then the tide of bodies would come, tails curving, claws scraping, and you would be devoured not as a singular prey, but as a broken rhythm erased. Rule 2. Do not let the stones fall from your hand. The weapon is meaningless. No impact of yours can harm the shells. But the stone is your tongue. Drop it, lose it, and you become mute among predators who speak in impacts. The fog will carry your silence as an invitation. Already you can hear them. 3 clicks to the north, 3 to the east, as though mapping your outline by subtraction. Without stone, you cannot declare yourself part of the pattern. Without stone, you are only meat that breathes. Rule 3. Do not bleed into the pools. The water between rocks looks still, but it is not. Thin tendrils drift inside, organisms half plant, half animal, sensitive to the faintest trace of iron. A drop of blood in the pool will travel farther than sound. The worms rise in spirals, releasing threads invisible in fog. The scorpions wait for that signal. They have learned that blood means certainty, not rhythm. Even a scraped ankle on the algae-coated stones could sign your death warrant here. You imagine the mistake. A fall, skin torn, droplets sliding into a tide pool. Then silence. Then sudden clarity as the mist itself shudders with movement. The predators would arrive not in confusion, but in perfect confidence. Rule 4. Do not trust the tide. The sea is warm, thick, alive with unseen limbs. At first it seems safer than the shifting rocks, smooth, constant. But the tide betrays, pulls from beneath, destabilizing balance. Worse, the scorpions wait at the water's edge. They are not afraid of the shallows. They anchor their tails into crevices and let waves deliver what stumbles. If the tide takes you past your knees, you will not regain footing before one of them closes the distance. And in water, rhythm drowns. The triple strike is nothing there. Only splashes, chaos, music of prey. Rule 5. Never breathe too loud. Sound travels differently in fog. A gasp is not private. It rebounds, soft but sharp, expanding outward. The predators align with it as though it were another strike. Already, you feel your lungs betraying you. Every inhale deeper, harsher, as though the mist itself resists your chest. But to let them hear panic is to end the illusion. They will know you are no predator, no kin, but only a stranded intruder wrapped in failing breath. Each rule feels less like guidance and more like a tether, keeping you suspended above the abyss of this place. You repeat them to yourself over and over, even as the stones press cold into your palm. The mist shifts and you hear 3 clicks answered again, closer this time. They are adjusting, narrowing. You strike your stone. Once, twice, 3 times. Then you step. The rules hold barely. You keep moving, stone against stone, 3 beats before each step. The sound feels steady at first, reassuring, like the pulse of a heart you can control. But rhythm is not infinite. It demands precision, patience, and you feel both thinning. The mist presses closer. It has texture now, as if thickened with salt crystals, brushing against your skin like dry tongues. Every breath stings. You realize that in your concentration on the ritual of striking, you've been inhaling shallowly, unevenly. Your chest trembles with the effort of keeping silent. Rule 5 gnaws at you. Ahead, the shore narrows. Jagged ridges rise on either side, slick with algae, forming a channel where water collects. To cross means to pass through this funnel, an echo chamber for sound. The triple strikes bounce back from the walls, overlapping until you cannot tell which direction the noise belongs to. Your signals turn into a chorus, no longer distinct, no longer a code. The scorpions answer. Their own triple clicks roll across the stone, one set from the left ridge, another from the right. You cannot see them, but you feel their weight in the fog. The pattern is collapsing. They are not hesitating now, they are surrounding. You quicken the strikes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Faster, more desperate. But speed is not rhythm. The shore trembles with disorder. You hear claws testing stone, tails dragging as they reposition. They have heard this kind of mistake before. Your hand slips. The stone nearly tumbles from your grasp, wet with mist and sweat. For a breathless instant, you see Rule 2 flashing inside your mind. Without it, you are voiceless. The stone clatters against another in your palm. Too loud, too sharp. A wrong note. Silence follows. Not the soft, waiting silence of before, but a cut, a vacuum. Even the tide seems to pause. You feel exposed, as if the mist itself has been peeled away, leaving only your heartbeat as the signal. Then comes the scrape. Claws on wet stone, closer now, deliberate. They are no longer conversing with one another. They are answering you directly. You force yourself to continue. Strike 3 times, step forward, strike 3 times, another step. But the rhythm in your body no longer matches the rhythm outside. The fog is full of echoes. Too many beats, too many answers. You cannot tell which are yours. A shadow flickers in the mist ahead, a jointed limb sweeping across the ridge. You freeze, but freezing is not allowed. Stillness is silence, and silence means prey. Rule 1 claws at your mind. You must strike, but the stone feels heavier now, as though the entire shoreline presses against it. You manage 1 strike, then another. The third does not come. The stone slips again, bouncing once against the rock beneath your feet. A hollow knock that does not complete the pattern. The sound is wrong, incomplete. The scorpions move. You cannot see them clearly, but you hear the rush of many legs, synchronized, accelerating. The fog shudders with their approach. Their triple signals are gone now. They do not need to pretend anymore. Panic tears through you, loud in your lungs, too loud. A ragged breath escapes, sharp and wet, carried out into the mist. You know the predators hear it. Your chest convulses, and another gasp follows, unbidden. Rhythm dissolves into chaos. The rules unravel one by one. The stone no longer answers your hand. The fog no longer hides you. The predators no longer hesitate. The ritual is broken. The channel narrows until it feels like a throat, and you are trapped inside it. The mist clings thicker here, settling in droplets on your face, seeping into your lashes until even the faint glow of the sky disappears. Your hand grips the stone, but it is no longer a tool, only a fragment of weight dragging you down. They are closer. You hear it in the ground itself, a vibration that pulses through the soles of your feet. Not steps, not clicks, but an advancing tide of limbs pressing against stone. The predators have abandoned communication. They no longer strike their code. They have moved beyond ritual into certainty. You try anyway. You slam the stone down once, twice, 3 times. The sound is pitiful, muffled by wet algae. It does not echo. It does not convince. You feel the failure immediately, as if the air recoils from your effort. Silence answers you, silence heavy with intention. Your breath breaks free again, raw and ragged. You press a hand to your mouth, but even that movement betrays you. A slip on slick stone, your foot plunging into a shallow pool. The water erupts with pale threads, worm-like filaments rising toward the surface. Rule 3 shatters. The scorpions know. You do not see them, but you feel them. The way the fog shivers, the way the channel amplifies every scrape and drag of their armor. They are aligning with the scent that bleeds invisibly from your skin into the water. You force yourself forward, stumbling, half walking, half falling. The tide reaches higher now, rushing into the channel, foaming around your knees. Waves slap stone, each splash an explosion of disorder. Rule 4 collapses under you. In water, you cannot strike rhythm. Every step is noise, uncontrolled, frantic. Behind you, claws crash against rock. The predators are no longer shadows. They are bodies pressing forward, their bulk displacing mist into sudden clarity. For an instant, you see one fully. Carapace dark and wet, ridges gleaming, tail curved like a drawn bow. Its eyes are black mirrors, reflecting nothing, needing nothing. You stagger sideways, seeking balance, but the tide betrays again. A wave lifts you, not enough to sweep you away, only enough to rob you of control. You sprawl against stone, scraping your arm. Blood slicks down your skin, warm, unavoidable. It mingles with the tide pool at your side, where tendrils twist upward, tasting. The response is immediate. The predators accelerate, rhythm gone, reduced to hunger. Their claws snap against the stone, sharp and deliberate. A sound that is no longer language but execution. You try to rise, but your body will not obey the rules either. Your chest convulses, every breath loud, uneven. Rule 5 disintegrates. The fog magnifies your weakness, sending your gasps outward like flares in the night. The stone slips from your hand at last. It falls, clattering against the rocks before the tide swallows it. The loss is total. Rule 2 is gone, and with it, the illusion that you were ever part of their pattern. Now the shore itself seems to turn against you. The rocks shift beneath your knees, slick and treacherous. The tide surges higher, dragging at your waist. The mist folds tighter, compressing until it feels like lungs outside your body, breathing for you, louder than you. And through it all, the scorpions advance. Their bodies are not fast, not agile, but inevitable. They close distance with the patience of tides. You are no longer opponent, no longer puzzle. You are simply what the rules have left behind. A body stripped of rhythm, sinking deeper into chaos. There is no ritual now, only collapse. The last stone is gone, and with it, the thin fabric of order you once clung to. No more strikes, no more rhythm, only the ragged metronome of your lungs, each breath a beacon in the fog. You know the predators are triangulating you not by ritual now, but by the uneven pulse of your life. The channel has become a trap. Water climbs higher, pushing at your waist, lifting you off balance in slow surges. The rocks beneath you vanish in foam. Each wave carries fragments of algae and pale carcasses of smaller things. Shells split open like discarded words. You reach for something solid, but the shore offers only surfaces too slick to hold. They arrive without ceremony. Out of the mist, the first one looms, larger than you imagined. Its armored plates ridged with salt crystals, claws opening and closing with patient certainty. Its tail arcs above, heavy and deliberate, swaying not as threat but as balance, a counterweight to its massive body. Another follows, then another. Their forms emerge one by one, as though the fog itself is peeling away to reveal the only truth that was ever here. You retreat, but every direction is water now. The tide presses, hurting you. Behind, claws scrape against stone, corralling. The predators need not rush. They know you are confined, and confinement is victory. You think of the rules once so sharp in your mind. Strike 3 times before you move. Do not drop the stone. Do not bleed. Do not trust the tide. Do not breathe too loud. They were a scaffold, fragile but sufficient, as long as you obeyed. Now each lies broken, shattered by necessity, weakness, or mistake. Survival was never about defeating predators. It was about sustaining rhythm long enough to exist here. And rhythm has abandoned you. Your body convulses with another gasp, too loud, echoing off the stone walls. The closest scorpion responds, tilts its head, if the gesture can be called that, and begins to move. Its claws scrape forward, tapping a new pattern. No longer 3, but single deliberate strikes, each one echoing like a countdown. 1, 1, 1. You understand. They no longer need deception. Their code is stripped to its essence, reduced to the simplicity of ending. You stagger back into the water, legs trembling. The sea takes you to your chest, then to your shoulders. It is warm, thick with drifting filaments that coil around your skin like indifferent cords. You sink against them, unable to tell whether they are holding you up or dragging you down. The predators do not follow into the water fully. They wait at the edge, claws extended, tails lifted, eyes unblinking. They know the tide will deliver you, and as you thrash, As you attempt to strike against water with empty hands, the futility becomes a kind of clarity. There is no rhythm left to play, no rule left to obey. The mist thickens one last time, closing the world into a single chamber of breath and tide. You feel yourself dissolving, not torn, not broken, but absorbed into the indifferent system that birthed these predators. The scorpions remain on the rocks, eternal and patient, their language resuming without you, tapping 3 strikes at a time, weaving patterns you were never meant to understand. Your final breath is loud, a rupture in silence, swallowed by fog and sea alike. It echoes briefly, then fades. The rhythm does not return. The shore forgets you instantly. The predators continue. The mist closes, and the machine that cast you here does not open again.